you want to do some psychic spying? Find out what's going off in the background. Psychic spying tarot reading. Right, so spread 1's what's going off in the background / what's the intention. Spread 2 is how it's going to pan out. Okay, it's based over 6 months. If you want to personalise one of these, you can find them in my link tree. Go for the psychic spying option. If you're a bit more of a targeted individual, then just pop that in. I might introduce one, but it gets a little bit cluttered with all the different mounts in there. Right, so what's going off in the background? What's the intention? 4 of Pentacles, 8 of Pentacles, 6 of Swords. Right, so 4 of Pentacles. Pentacles relates to Earth, can mean money and finance, can mean non-financial wealth. This is what we're investing our time, effort, and energy in now. We normally call this guy the banker, is the investment card of the investment suit. But what I'm more drawn to is the pentacle over the heart chakra. So it feels like whoever this person is, they're closing off their heart chakra. 8 of Pentacles. We call this guy the apprentice. They're the person there banging away at the pentacles. They know they're not a master of their skill yet, but they're happy to go through that process. This could be you, actually. So I feel like somebody's closed off their heart chakra and you're working, you're oblivious to this. You're just cracking on. You're getting on with things. You're working your way to mastery. And you've not got that far to go yet. It's an 8. You just need to get to 10. 6 of Swords. I think this is the other person. Swords are where we think words be used. Going in a new direction. There is some sorrow attached to it because I think this person's made a mistake. I think this person's misjudged you. I think that they've listened to bad advice from other people. They've been pulled into some BS about who you are and what your connection with this person is. And they're finally starting to realise, oh crap, I've got this wrong. Right, let's continue. 3 of Pentacles, 5 of Pentacles, right. So I'm going to say this is you, the collective. This is a collaboration card. We've got the 3 characters here, landowner, builder, architect, all working together to build this beautiful cathedral. Different roles, different skill sets, same long-term vision. So you're working away. You're bringing together a core of people, group of people who have that same long-term vision. Meanwhile, this person's now feeling left out in the cold. 5 of Pentacles. There is support there for them, but because they've been done over by somebody, listening to their BS and lies and God knows what else, they're missing out on what support is there. Overall outcome card. 8 of Swords in the reverse. Okay, Swords there where we think words we use. Got the lady there bound and blindfolded. It's going to be too hard to see from this angle, but she's got her arms behind her back. Now, normally I'd be saying self-imposed restriction, not seeing the situation as it really is. It's in the reverse position. I think that this person has somehow attempted to bind themselves to you, and I think it's possibly worked a little bit as far as it's been holding you back. Okay, and I feel like this person is starting to realize they need to release these binds. What it's got a feel of is that this person's been duped into thinking that you, the collective, are their person, okay, by somebody else. And so I'm not saying they've like done a binding spell to bind you together, but remember that magic comes from the mindset. And when somebody convinces themselves that somebody's their person and they're not, that constant, oh, when they're going to come in, I'm going to bring them in, I'm going to manifest them, it keeps you stuck. So it's not been like pulling you in, but it's been keeping you stuck in regard to your love life or your work and your career and stuff like that. So it feels like this person's actually waking up to the fact, right? Obstacles or blockages. Ace of Wands, Wands fire action. Ace is bringing in new energy, not starting something new. So this is advice for you. You're being advised to carry on. You're not that far off. Don't reassess what you want long term because you've got your mindset. You've got your long-term goal. Removing any blockages. 8 of Cups in the reverse. So figure there, walking away, leaving the 8 Cups behind, disconnecting from something on an emotional level that no longer serves us. You're being told to hold on. So in my case, for example, I sometimes hit these peaks in my work where I go, why am I doing this? You know, when the work dries up and stuff like that, I think, why am I doing this? What's the point? But I'm fully aware in my case, I'm a targeted individual, and there's always blocks put on my work, always. So you're being advised to hold on because that bind that you've been put in, I want to say any moment now, so any day now, it's going to get released because this person is realizing they've been hoodwinked here by somebody else. They've been hoodwinked by somebody else, right? So let's go on to how this is going to pan out. This could be a mix again of between you and them. So just bear with me. What's we got coming out? Oh no, Page of Pentacles in the reverse. Four of Swords. Two of Pentacles. Right, I think this is in regard to this other person. So Page is more youthful energy. Okay, they're always adults in my readings, never children. This page is about an offer. This is the kind of breadcrumby type offer that pages give. It's in the reverse position. I think because they've been hoodwinked and they've cocked up here, they're not giving themselves just a little bit of an opportunity to push forwards. I think they've probably gone into a little bit of a pit. So, for example, if you're somebody who's quite tapped in psychically and spiritually, you'd think, oh, you know, I'm not going to get pulled into these traps. I know better more than most because I've been pulled into lots of traps. It's part of my job, you know, to be pulled into trigger a situation. But I understand that it's irritating. You know, you don't have these psychic skills so that you know exactly what's coming up every moment of every day. You have it to help other people. Okay, you do have that connection with source and your guides and stuff like that if you use them to help you out, but you're not given all the answers. The problem is when somebody's walking around going, I'm a high priestess of this, that, and the other, and then they get duped, they're going to look pretty stupid, aren't they? You know what I mean? So they kind of then go, oh no. Four of Swords, I'm going to go for my left field version of this card, being too mentally horizontal. Two of Pentacles, that's going to keep them stuck in a little bit of a karmic loop, not sure what direction to go in next. Let's continue. Two of Swords in the reverse. Five of Swords, right. So I'm going to say it's less of a karmic loop, just a bit unsure about making choices. Two of Swords in the reverse. They're going to take the blindfold off, be raw, honest with themselves so that they can start moving forwards. Five of Swords, this is them then taking control on a mental level so that they can start actually taking that action. Overall outcome card. Four of Cups in the reverse. So they're going to be stuck there a little bit. So we've got the character there staring at the Three Cups, stuck, bored, jaded, fed up, cloud, handcuffed, no opportunities. They're going to start really, maybe I'll start kind of pushing forwards now. Maybe there's better opportunities out there. Confirmation, Hangsman on the bottom, stuck but having a shift in perspective. Obstacles or blockages. Ace of Cups in the reverse. Ace is bringing in new energy, not starting something new. This person hasn't assessed what's going to make them happy, and until they do that, they are going to remain a bit stuck. But this is all part of their karma. This is all part of their karma, you know. You shouldn't just blindly believe somebody because they say, oh, this is how it is. You should question it yourself. What do I think? Free thinking individual. Removing any blockages. The Fool. So the Fool's the very first card in the tarot deck. The Fool isn't a fool. The Fool is called a fool because he gets his bag, little bumpy dog down at the bottom, goes off wandering. Leap of faith. This is about starting a brand new cycle. This person, they need to understand they need to start a brand new cycle. I don't think this person's mega bad or evil or anything along those lines. I just think that they've been hoodwinked by somebody else and they've listened to what they've said. They've not thought about it themselves. You're going to be fine. You're getting freed from that kind of binding energy that's been put on you. And then they're going to feel embarrassed, ashamed, kind of go into the hidey hole a bit, realise they're a bit stuck, realise then that they've got to do that kind of raw, honest reevaluation. They ain't going anywhere in the next 6 months, okay? But hopefully they will take that leap of faith in a new direction. So there you go. If that resonated, type in, they're getting their karma. If you think you can handle a reading with me, that's a psychic spying reading. There are lots of different options available. Price same day guaranteed from 10 quid. My books are open for video chat as well. Whilst the rest give you fluff, the Warlock gives you the truth. Ta-ta.